a strategy when you go out to somewhere new and you're experiencing something different to kind of take it in? Do you have any specific strategy to connect on that level?
No. I mean, things just happen, and when I was in Pittsburgh, I was just walking down the street, and a guy had fallen off of a building.
Really?
Yeah, and he died. And I wasn't. I just saw it, and you had to like move on with your day, and that's something I've written about before. It's just you would expect in the movies you see the person like people freak out and scream and cry, but you kind of saw it, and it was just like man,
it just brought like such a more of an inner reaction than it did actual visible reaction to other people.
Yeah, you kind of you kind of just look at it, and it's definitely a sad moment seeing somebody like that on the ground, but you kind of just have to keep going. You have your life to live, and
Absolutely.
it's unfortunate, and there are different types of things that have happened to me in cities just like that, where you kind of just have to move on. And I mean, and I've written about I have tons of songs where I've written about just every single thing that's happened to me in all of these different places. And I also write a lot about war and everything. But I mean, who doesn't write about that? I feel like everybody's been, if you've, unless you've been under some sort of rock,
Yeah.
Everybody's probably written about war, even if they don't realize it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a big thing. But I'm not the type to, protest or like do anything against the troops. I support the troops 100%, without a doubt. I could never do what they do.
Definitely. A lot. Everybody seems to be on that page, especially during this war,
Yeah.
supporting our troops who are over there right now fighting.
There's a lot of, when they came back from Vietnam, there was a lot of hate directed towards them. And I feel like this time it's way better in the sense where they're coming home and,
We're
we're kind of standing there with open arms, which is the best way to do it. I mean, you can not agree with politics, or you can just like not pay attention to politics, because sometimes it's like they're going to do what they want, but no matter what, the people that go out every day and fight for the country, I feel like you have to give them credit.
How do you see? This is a question I don't really ask on the show very often, because usually the conversation doesn't really get this deep, should I say?
Oh, yeah.
But being, I'm 22. You just turned 20 last month.
Yeah.
How do you feel your demographic, the people that you're singing to and writing to and listening to your music, and people our age are reacting to the war that's happening and our understanding of politics?
People that listen, the demographic that listens to my music, I'd say, a lot of older people are definitely into my music. I play, a lot of folky, country, rock type stuff, and whenever I open to like a crowd of people around my age, the reaction is usually just, what is this? And then I think they kind of go along with it, like, hey, okay, like, I've been hearing a bunch of, like punk or stuff like this, and then this guy just came out of nowhere and he's
talking about topics of today and history.
Oh yeah, like I've written about I wrote a song which I guess I'll be performing it here about the Civil War, which is I guess if you think about it, the Civil War can relate to today now. I mean, you can go back in time and history repeats itself, kind of. It comes full circle, and
Absolutely.
Young people definitely like the stuff too. I feel like they have a lot of more catching on to it than older people do. It kind of comes a lot easier to them because they grew up in the time period that the style of music that I play.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I feel like it's kind of universal.
Absolutely. We're going to take a small break. When
All
we
right.
come back, Kevin James Devine is going to be sitting right here with us for another little segment of Breaking the Mold. And then following that, Matt Parsons and Kevin James Devine will both be playing right here live on Breaking the Mold. Don't touch that dial.